Okay, from beautiful Southern California. Temperature's not too bad today. Little over 100.
Not bad.
But it's dry. It's the Suzanne Summers Show, and here she is.
Thank you. Yay. Hi, Carolina.
Hello.
That's pretty good, Al, knowing that you, about 5 minutes ago, were in the deepest sleep
That's right.
ever.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I love being in a deep sleep
Yeah.
in the afternoon.
Know why?
Why?
Because we went out to lunch, and you
That's
had a
right.
Manhattan. What's it? I've never had I've never had anything other than tequila. What's a Manhattan? What is it? It
Well,
was
it's
pretty.
It's a cocktail.
Yeah, it scares.
It's whiskey.
Is it whiskey? It scares the crap out of me looking at it. It's
Well,
like,
our host, who was hosting our lunch, ordered a Manhattan.
He did, yeah.
And I was going to order, some water. I didn't feel like drinking at lunch.
No.
And then his arrived, and it looked so great, I ordered one for myself.
You have no willpower.
I don't.
You don't. And
No.
I said to you, don't eat too much, Al, because we're having company for dinner tonight. And what did you do? You're going to get at the dinner table tonight and go, I'm just not hungry. But you know what?
What?
You chose that crap food over the A-plus food I'm going to make for the rest of us tonight.
Well, I had to eat something.
Oh, Alan, what did you have? Because if Alan has crap food, it's usually something I really like.
Okay, start. Tell
Okay.
Caroline what you did,
Did you
Al.
have crispy French fries?
Oh.
Onion rings?
Okay, yeah,
What did you have, Alan?
That's right. The first round was a large tabletop of crispy French fries.
And yeah.
God.
And then what,
Okay.
Al?
And then the second round was another big dish
Two, Caroline.
of crispy French
Two.
fries.
Yeah.
And then the third round
Then what'd you do, Al?
was a burger with raw onions and tomatoes
Oh,
and lettuce
so great.
and mayonnaise, and I had them really make the bun all crunchy, and that was that. And I didn't order a Coke.
And you didn't have dessert.
I didn't have dessert.
Nor did I.
That was it.
And then we come home and he goes, I've got indigestion. I went, oh, really? He said, I got to lie down and take a nap. And he was in one of those naps like this.
Yeah, that's when you know it's a good one.
Yeah. It was a deep one.
Oh, yeah, I like getting
Anyway, I'm going to put dinner in front of you, and you can just sit there and not be hungry while we all chow down. And
Well,
it's okay.
no. By the time we have dinner,
No.
I'll be hungry.
No, you won't.
What are you making?
I'm making, I've got perfect tomatoes. I'm going to thin slice them. I've got some fresh burrata. I'm going to put our Meyer lemon olive oil over that, and then the vanilla fig over that, and then a dollop of my homemade pesto.
By the way, we haven't sold the oils or the balsamics.
Well, we're going to,
We are?
aren't we, Caroline? We're going to this week.
Yeah, it was, Suzanne didn't want to cook this week because she had travel stuff,
Okay.
so it's
Okay.
next week.
Okay.
And then we're having a simple dinner, but one of my favorite dinners, and I can make this in my sleep. Perfectly cooked chicken piccata in a lemon butter caper sauce with quinoa pasta that I pull out of the pasta water and smoosh it around in the lemon butter caper sauce. So a little piece of the chicken piccata and then a little bit of the lemony, garlicky pasta. And then some salted caramel chip ice cream in a little silver dish that's already scooped out in the freezer.
Well, I
Other
may-
than that, it's not no big deal. Al.
Okay, I have a beautiful watermelon waiting for me.
Or a watermelon.
And it's in the refrigerator, so
Okay.
it's all chilled, ready
Okay.
to go. It's going to be beautifully...
That might even better. Although, if you're a summer sizer, you know, eating melon, especially watermelon, after a meal is for sure indigestion. Right, Caroline? Always eat your melon before the meal
Yeah.
and let it push everything down.
Okay,
when you
okay.
when you put melon on top
Okay.
of
okay.
your food, of your
Okay.
dinner, no, you're not going to eat your watermelon first before this dinner.
Well, why not
It's going
then?
to make a putrid mess in your gut, Al.
Yeah, putrid mess.
Yeah.
Putrid.
Listen to your daughter-in-law; she knows. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
I
see,
know,
if I
because I
can't
do
eat
research
it,
for
if I can't
summers
eat my
20
watermelon
years ago.
afterwards, but
All
I
the
have to
summer
eat it
sizers
before,
know.
why can't I eat it before?
Because you're already not hungry. Forget even having watermelon tonight. Have it tomorrow. or have a little dish of ice cream, but you're not even hungry and I'm making this great dinner. So why would you then go and have watermelon?
Because it's great.
But why don't you have it tomorrow? How
But
about
if you eat it an hour before, that would be better.
Okay.
Yeah, but he won't. He's
I can
going
do
to.
it.
Our guests are coming as soon as the show's over.
Okay, I can eat it. You know what? I can
No.
start eating like in a little while.
No.
He's going to leave the show, and he's going to go get his watermelon, and he's going to have a spoon, and he's going to hold it like a baby, like he does.
You know, we need to get him, Caroline. We need to get him a big baby bib and a baby bonnet and put it on him while he eats his little boy food. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Caroline's been in the family so long now. She totally gets who you are. She knows all the ins and outs of
That's
Al
because
Campbell.
Caroline likes to eat what I eat.
I actually do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anything deep fried. An old shoe deep fried. Okay.
Yes.
Salty.
Yeah.
Yes.
As long as you got lots of
speaking
Himalayan.
Of all the fats in those French fries, it's a good segue into not those kind of fats, but the healthy fats that Suzanne's going to tell you about.
It's
Okay.
so important.
Okay.
Okay.
They're-
We're going to get serious for a little bit, and then we'll come
Okay.
back to
Okay.
Al and his little boy food.
All
Don't
right,
go
so
away.
here-
Stay
here-
with this.
Here's the deal
Okay.
today. Here
That's
it
a
is.
puny little sign.
Okay. Well, we're all homemade here because
Puny.
if we do
He likes it puny. He
I know.
requested puny.
I know.
if
I
we
know.
do fancy stuff, okay,
know.
we can't give them the kind of discounts we're giving them.
Oh,
There
okay.
are
All right.
no middle people.
You're not sending watermelons
We
to
are
everybody?
we are the crew. Okay.
Are you sending watermelons to everybody?
Watermelons?
Yeah.
Who's everybody?
All our friends out there, everybody watching right now,
I'd love to.
he would.
I don't
He'd
know.
love-
I'd love to.
You know, I
yeah.
didn't even formally say hello to all of you.
We
We
could
just
have
start
a,
talking.
We could have a watermelon. What do they call them in the '60s?
Off. A watermelon off.
Off.
Yeah, that's not the right sign. Al, where's your sign with the website on it?
Oh.
Well, this
Is
is
that the same sign as this?
yeah. This is the sign.
No, that.
That's
Well, anyway, it's at SuzanneSummers.com. That's usually on there.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
what it's saying is you get a free bottle of the omega 3 essential
supplement,
fatty acids.
which is worth $30. You get that free if you spend at least
Only
$30 on
$29.99.
SuzanneSummers.com
Yeah.
on anything.
Okay, so why is omega 3 called essential fatty acids? It's because it's essential to life. Your cells cannot exist without essential fatty acids, but we don't make that in our own body. We have to get it from the outside. And so nature, as Frank Lloyd Wright, I love to paraphrase him, nature is the only face of God you will ever see. Nature thought that we would get it from the fish, that we're all eating all this great fish. Nature didn't realize we were going to ruin the fish in most of the parts of the world, but we, in ours here, we get our fish from way up in Alaska in the coldest water. And the little teeny, what are the fish that are up there? I can't grab the name right now, Caroline.
What fish?
It's
is it Alaskan cod? It's on your sheet.
krill. Is it krill?
No, it's not krill.
Yeah.
It's,
Sorry, I
Jill
should know
will tell
this.
me.
Jill, tell us, Jill.
Pollock. It's pollock.
Pollock, yeah.
Pollock.
And so this
Small
is
cold-water fish.
safe. Now, do you see this little sign here? I got little insignias. I'm proud of them because it's really hard to get these little insignias. IFOS, International Fish Oil Society. Who knew? Who knew? That's how important fish oil is. So, now I get to go in my element. I love it. You and Caroline and me and all of us are approximately from 45 to 65 trillion cells. Trillion, okay? I don't know who counted, but we're a lot of cells. Now, why is that significant? Every cell talks to every cell. We're a communication system. It's so brilliant. Well, of course, God made us. It's just brilliant, 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 brilliant. Okay, now every cell has a membrane around it. Now we're getting to this here. This membrane's so important. If you eat poor quality oils, like canola and omega-6 vegetable oils, those oils create a membrane around the cell that is hard, like, say, plastic, okay? Now, when the free radicals come in, which they're coming in all the time, that's why you and I all meet here, The bad guys come in through the skincare we put on our body, and through the food we eat that's contaminated with poison. Who thought it was a good idea to put poison on our food? Okay, I won't go off on that one. And the air we breathe, which is also loaded with contaminants. All right, so those are the free radicals that come in with every breath we take. They come after these cells that are made of inferior oils and attack them. Like free radicals eat these good cells, causing them to collapse and malfunction. I'm simplifying it. If you talk to a scientist, they'd explain it in much more in-depth, and they use all language. I talk to these people when I write my books. I talk to them for hours and hours and hours, and then I have to go back to them and I go, when you said this, did you mean that? And I always give them full approval, but I can't give them approval until I can afford it. What is that, Alan?
I don't know.
Turn that off. Alan's listening to the radio or something on his thing. Anyway, Alan.
I'm trying to. I just want to pull up the weather.
Okay, yeah, but turn off the guy who's talking. I sort of lost my train of thought. All right, so if these cells are made of inferior oils, and these cells are made of protein, fat, and carbohydrate, the fat is essential fatty acids, but if it's low quality fat, now you've got, when the free radicals come in, I know I'm convoluted today, it makes them collapse, okay? You're going to so love what we have coming next for these collapsed cells. Now you've got this debris, this crap, all right? The definition of health is having more functioning cells than malfunctioning cells. Following me? Okay. So when you take a good quality essential fatty acid, like our omega-3, it makes a membrane around here that when the bad guys come in, it goes, oh, no, get out of here, and it pushes it out, and you don't have this collapsed cell. So that's why you want essential fatty acids, to keep your cells healthy. Why? If you are 45 to 65 trillion cells, don't you want your communication system to be top notch? You know, when you get on the internet and it keeps cutting out, that's not top notch, is it? We want top notch communication. I just love thinking of how all our cells talk to one another, all directed by this guy right here. You know what this guy right here is? The thyroid. The thyroid gets all the messages from the brain. The brain only gets as far as the thyroid, and then the thyroid goes, okay, thanks, I got all the information. Okay, essential fatty acid, you go to the membranes, and estrogen, you go here, and progesterone, you go there, and it sends everything out with its messaging. So as we get older, we have less and less healthy cells because of the contamination that has happened to all of us from living in a contaminated world. Don't get depressed about the fact that we're in a contaminated world. We can fight it. This is one of the ways. This is so important. This is your blood flow. This is so important to your health. When I had my injury and I was lying still to heal earlier this year, I took 3 of these a day. You won't need that. I only need 1 now. When you take a lot of these, you can bruise easily, but 1 a day for me right now, it gives you your energy. If the cell is in good shape here, you've got a lot of energy. All right, now I want to tell you about something else that we've got, and then I'll get back to the fun stuff, although I think this is the fun stuff.
Yeah, but before you move on from
Okay.
omega-3, Suzanne, if you just 1 second.
You go, take it.
Suzanne's formula, she obviously has told you that she pulls the fish oil from the best quality fish to make sure that it doesn't have contaminants. But, you know, looking to help support a healthy heart and a healthy brain, that is the most important thing for those essential fatty acids, and Suzanne has you covered with that omega-3. So it provides cardiovascular, cognitive benefits, and also benefits for inflammation.
Caroline is so right, because those cells I'm talking about don't stop here. They're in your brain. Every part of you, your skin, everything is cells. That's what we are. We are cells. Cells here talking to these cells here. These talk to these talk to these talk to these. Everything's talking. It's amazing we can sleep. We've got such a language going on in our body. The human body is so magnificent. I always compare us to a Maserati and how well you would take care of your Maserati if you had one, because that has to be the most expensive car in the world, right? You'd never put inferior fuel into your Maserati. You would never not take your Maserati to a mechanic if you heard like weird sounds and things. And yet, look at all the stuff we ignore with our own bodies. Our body's talking to us all the time. I tell you that all the time. It's a language. And, the hormone language is the 7 dwarves of menopause: itchy, bitchy, sleepy, sweaty, bloated, forgetful, and all dried up. There are 7 of them. That's a language. If you're itchy or you're bitchy or you're sleepy or you're sweaty or you're bloated or all dried up, there was one I missed there, you're not feeling good, are you? That's what made you find me. You wanted to find out this hormone thing. And you can't imagine. It's so interesting being in my 70s now, 74, that I've become not only the matriarch of my family, which is such an honor, but of my contemporaries. No, it's not my contemporaries. The 50-year-olds in my business who are now starting to hit that wall, and they don't know what it is, and they all end up, if they know me and can get to me, they get to me, and then I teach them what I know. I never use the word should. I never give the advice. I go, if it were me and I were you, I would go to this doctor because he understands this and this and this. If it were me and I were you, I would go to this doctor because he understands the thyroid and Hashimoto's, which is a lousy thyroid condition. And so I sit here in a place where I'm just honored to be able to direct you. That's all I do. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a teacher, I'm not anything, but I can direct you. I know enough about all these things to the right place for you and what you are going through.
And also
What?
Also,
What?
I am grateful that I have a live-in doctor.
It calls me Dr. Summers.
Okay, well, you have your doctorate.
I do have my doctorate.
So you should be called Dr. Summers. Okay.
You know what? Thank you. You always like chime in with that because you're so proud of me. It's so great to have a husband who's proud of you. I know Bruce is so proud of you, Caroline. Don't you love it?
Of course.
Yeah. You want? Yeah. Go on.
It's just nice to be in a place where you can celebrate one another.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Kimberloo 1122 said, "Did I tell you yet today how much better I feel with my gut renew?"
Oh, Kimberloo, good for you.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. I know I brought a bunch of packages of Gut Renew up to my family this week, but I don't know if they get it. I don't know. We'll see. You know, you all know what I'm talking about. My family admires me, and I love them, and I admire. Just a love fest. I was just up there for a funeral of I always call her my Aunt Betty, but actually she's my cousin. But she was always so much older than me that I always considered her my aunt. And when funerals are sad, but they're also great. Because funerals force us as a family to all come together. And gosh, I loved seeing my nephews. I knew all my nephews as little boys, little babies. I babysat for them. I changed their diapers and everything. And now they're grown men with their own boys who are so beautiful. I just had the best time being around family this week. And but there were people I saw in my family, as you do. I'll say not in the inner circle, who I thought, you could use some gut renew. You really could use some gut renew. It's amazing when your gut's not right, how it ages you. It's amazing. Your face it gets puffy and jowly, and you get that belly, and I just sat there, and I don't want to be the big know-it-all in the family, so I just sat there and I thought, I wish you would watch my Facebook Live shows so that. Oh, here he is.
Well, you are the know-it-all in the family. Okay, it's your middle name, Suzanne Know-it-all Summers. Yeah. Whenever we have a question that nobody has the answer to, we ask Suzanne Summers.
Isn't that
She
weird?
always has the answer.
Chrissy Snow.
We don't know.
Well,
We don't know if it's the right answer. We don't know if she made it up. Okay.
I don't make it up.
Yeah, we don't know that.
I don't make it up.
Okay. But you
I
listen to what she says, and it seems to be
and
working.
look how you look.
Well, however,
Everyone at the funeral was saying, "Wow, Alan, 85. God, he looks great." And the other ones who are 85 are going, "What are you doing?"
Well, you could move into their house too. Okay.
No, I love being in your house
I
with
know.
you. I love being with
I
you.
Anyway,
I appreciate you coming up. That was a long couple of days, and but I know actually after 54 years with you that they're your family too.
That's right.
Yeah.
I actually
Yeah.
enjoyed seeing all of
Yeah,
them.
me too.
And there's so many of them.
I know.
There are not only kids, there are grandkids, there are great-grandkids, and there are great-great-grandkids.
My sister has 4 sons, all of whom have procreated. Each of them have 4 or 5 kids,
They must do it all the time.
and then their
okay?
kids have 4 or 5 kids. My sister's immediate family, if she's just having just a family dinner, not anybody extra, not Alan and I, nobody on the outside, just the immediate family is 51 people.
Well, that was several months ago.
Yeah, and people have been born since
Okay,
then.
right.
Yeah. Oh, those babies.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know what's great about a family event is everyone will let you hold their baby. Because when you're out in the public, sometimes I think with my celebrity, I know people would let me hold their baby, but it's not right. Especially now with germs and everything.
I've watched you go for holding a baby in public.
Yeah, and I don't go for
and
holding.
sometimes the mother goes,
No, I don't go for holding. I just want to touch their little feet. Can I just touch? I
Little-
often ask the mother, "Can I just touch his little feet? They're just so cute."
then they think
Babies.
you're a foot freaker.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Okay, no. Did
No,
you have a
I'm
foot
not.
fetish?
No, I don't have a foot fetish.
Well, you have a shoe fetish.
Well, yeah. Do you see my polka dot shoes? Can you see that in there?
I can.
Can they see that? Can you see
They-
my polka dot shoes, Caroline?
Probably a little peek. A little peek.
You have to, if you twist a little, we'll be able to see them.
How about that? Can you see that?
Hold on, because there's a little bit of a delay.
No,
And
let me take one off and I can show everybody.
All right, take one off, and then you got to put it back on.
I'll be happy to do that.
Thank you.
Is
All
it
right.
like a little Cinderella
oh
thing?
yeah, no, we can see when you. Yeah,
Okay.
Oh,
we
you
can see
can?
when you
Alright,
when you
yeah.
have it down there. Yeah.
Okay.
How
So
cute
cute.
is that? Polka dot
Okay.
top and polka dot shoes.
And I've got my tangerine nail polish on.
You do. You know what? This week you need a new pedicure.
I know.
We're going to change you to pool.
I had pool last year.
Yeah, it's time for it.
I've had
I'm now
pool.
starting to get bored with your tangerine.
I've had tinsel. I love tinsel.
Here's
Okay.
tinsel. Yeah.
Tangerine.
These are our nail polishes that do not include the top 10 offenders.
No, and these are our summer colors. Okay. I wanted pool during last winter.
Yeah,
and
it was wrong.
I was reprimanded because it was one of our summer colors, and I wanted to have it in the wintertime.
You
Well,
always.
no, you weren't reprimanded. I mean, you can wear it. We were just selling.
I know,
Different
but
colors.
Yeah.
We
okay,
tried it.
I know, but I stunk up the room. Okay.
Yeah.
The moment I said I wanted to do it, it was like, that's one of our summer colors.
Stunk up the room. That's
Okay.
funny.
I have to go.
Well,
I have
if
to
you
go.
bought Alan's favorite nail polish, which right now happens to be Pool,
Pool.
I believe that would qualify you for a free omega-3 supplement, which is worth $29.99. And anything you buy at SuzanneSummers.com today for $29.99, you get a free omega-3 supplement, which helps support a healthy heart and a healthy brain, and helps support healthy inflammation response.
Now, remember a while ago, we're talking about malfunctioning cells. There are functioning cells and malfunctioning cells. Now, when the free radicals attack your functioning cells, each of these cells are 45 to 65 trillion cells that make up who we are. When they do eventually die. They have about 50 lifespans. And I've written in A New Way to Age and a couple of my books about telomere lengthening. Telomere lengthening, those are interesting supplements because every cell got the membrane made of protein, fat, and carbohydrate, also got a little tail on it. And that's your telomere. And every time the cell replicates, the telomere gets a little shorter. It replicates, it gets a little shorter. Replicates, it gets a little shorter. And they replicate about 50 times until finally there's no tail left at all. Now, if you take telomere supplementation, I talk about TA65 in a couple of my books. it can regrow the telomere and then thus make your cells last longer. That's true anti-aging. Okay, now let's say the free radicals came in and now you got this debris. You got this senescent cell. Senescent is just a word for dead cell lying there. Well, you sweep your floor at home, don't you? Yeah?
I've never swept the floor.
When you spill crap on your floor in your kitchen and everything.
I've never swept the floor.
Well, even if you don't sweep it, you think I should sweep it, right? But I don't know how to sweep it, but I don't even have a broom. Well, here's your broom, Senolytic Renew. You take it once a week, and this is an updated version. We were sending you in the blister pack. Now they've added, it's called Biophysitin, and we keep upgrading our supplements. So it's better than the one that we had before that came in the blister pack. Now, why do you want to take this? You take it once a week, and I think this with the Biophysitin, you take what, 3 now a day, Caroline?
Yeah, it used to, in the blister pack it was 2 a day, but with the Fisetin in there, it now goes up to 3 a day.
2 a day.
3 a week.
Yeah,
week, sorry.
Yeah, it was 2 a day once a week, and now it's 3 of these once a week.
It was 2 a week.
So it was
now
2
it's
a
3
week.
a week.
That's what I just said.
No, you said it was 2 a day for a week.
Oh.
No,
that's your left, right.
Once a week.
That's correct.
Thank you, Caroline.
Well, you didn't say that.
Caroline heard different. Caroline heard what I said, but it doesn't matter to me. I don't have that ego.
Let's play it back.
No.
No, let's play it back. Okay.
Okay.
Let's make a bet.
Okay. All right. Yeah, make a bet. Okay. So once a week, say Friday, I give him his Senolytics on Friday. Friday is when you take 3 of these. Why?
Sometimes my testosterone.
And I wrote about this, no, that's Tuesday. I wrote about this in A New Way to Age. It was brand new information. I was so excited. I get so excited when I can put something in a book that nobody's actually heard about yet. This was one of them, an NAD. NAD is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide.
Let me hear you say that 5 times fast.
Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, which repairs DNA breaks. I'll get into that in a minute. We don't make that, but I can tell you where you can get it. Senolytics is a new breakthrough that when you take these 3 capsules, which has been upgraded and more potent than the blister pack, on, say, pick your day, whatever, we take ours on Friday, it cleans out or supports or helps support cleaning out, because, I'm not allowed to say anything definite, cellular debris. So this crap that's lying in your body, and it's a bunch of them, right? This guy comes in and goes, give me the broom, and I imagine it always like sweeping it away. And now your floor is clean, and now you can go back to having healthy cells that are supported by omega-3 essential fatty acids. Did you get that? It's kind of a Suzanne speak kind of explanation, but I love doing those kind of things. I use support and helps, Caroline. I did.
Okay, so Jojo Jardine said, are you ready? Alan was right. I heard what he said.
Jojo.
Yeah,
really?
I heard what he heard.
Keep reading, because other people said Suzanne was right.
Yeah, but they're drinking. They're all drinking. It's Friday.
Dopa Renew. You want to be a dope? Dopa Renew is everything I always talk about is the connection from the gut to the brain, and it's such an important thing to understand, especially in today's polluted and chemicalized world. And I'm going to talk to you today about Mood Renew. Got moods? Yeah. Do you realize that a lot of the moods that we have, well, yeah, it could be hormonal. And if you're young and you're menstruating, it can be, hormonal. That's hormonal. We've got nasal renew today. I can't wait to talk about nasal renew. But Dopa Renew, I'm going to get to that in a second. I got a lot. Here it is. Okay. All right. I got to read this a little bit because I want to get it right to you. But it's so interesting that when you consider there's this connection between the gut and the brain. Okay. helps maintain youthful cognitive function, so you think better, younger. May help reduce mild age-related memory loss. Oh, we don't want memory loss, those senior moments. When I lecture to women, I always go, do you ever go to the phone to call someone, you pick up the phone, and then you go, yeah, who was I going to call? And everybody laughs, and I know that it's a common thing. Helps support cerebral vascular function, heart health. That helps promote vascular health, a healthy heart, and there's no GMOs in here. So that's Dopa Renew. These are all. If you're struggling with memory and if you're worried about your heart, it's such an easy thing to take this every day. Is it easy? No. Here's how it becomes easy. See all these, you look at all these supplements here and you go, ugh, gaggy. And yeah, it is. It's hard. But when you make your Gut Renew smoothie in the morning, which is helping to support a healthy gut and clean out all the sludge and make you like poop and not bloat and all those things that you're all complaining about, it's so, you make your smoothie any way you want it. Caroline, lately the one you made up, the peanut butter, chocolate almond milk.
So good.
Oh, it's so good. And what I like about it, it's in the guide. What I like about it is that it's got a thickness. So when you take your supplements, they just go down real easy. You don't even realize you're taking these supplements. Because sometimes the supplements with water is like, gets a little gaggy.
Yeah, and you know, the Dopa Renew, if your neurotransmitters are not functioning well because you have gut issues, which a lot of us have, you don't get those happy brain chemical neurotransmitters, and that's when we tend to reach for sugar or alcohol or caffeine or things that maybe aren't great for us. So what Suzanne's doing with this Dopa Renew is helping you support those neurotransmitters. And when you have support for your neurotransmitters, it helps with those cravings. So we can't say that Dopa Renew is going to keep you from reaching for sugar or, you know, some of those other cravings like whatever it is that we may eat to try to get that dopamine hit in our brain. But it helps support the neurotransmitters so that maybe you won't reach for those cravings or those unhealthy habits that we all have.
She's right. She's right. Wouldn't that be great? Because we don't want to eat that carton of ice cream. We don't want to. We don't. And what is it that makes you walk over to the freezer and pull it out, even while you're saying to yourself, "Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't." I'm talking about myself, and then I'm just gonna have one spoon, which is me lying to myself. I have one spoon, and then I have a second spoon, and pretty soon, a quarter of the little pint of ice cream is gone, and then I feel bad about myself, and why am I so weak?
But before you feel bad, you get a dopamine hit.
I get the dopamine hit, and I feel good. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
If you're eating a chocolate, or you're having, or you're, you know, whatever. You know, for me, I tend to go for the caffeine thing.
Yeah.
But it's because I'm looking for that dopamine hit, and that's where, you know, if your neurotransmitters off, and you know, Suzanne is helping you get that gut balanced with the Gut Renew and all the gut health supports. But wow, if your neurotransmitters are off, it can lead to some bad habits.
And then there's Mood Renew. Tell them about Mood Renew while I find it.
Mood Renew, kind of similar to Gut Renew. Mood Renew is another kind of probiotic that Suzanne has brought to you specifically to help with mood-related issues because, again, if your neurotransmitters are off from having difficulty with gut health, if you've got too much bad flora and not enough good flora, this is a particular kind of flora that helps support the neurotransmitters that help you feel calm and joyful. Because if your gut is off, Suzanne's taught you about that gut-brain connection. If your moods are off from that, you're not getting serotonin and you're not getting the things that make you feel calm or excited. Mood Renew gives you that probiotic to help support the good gut flora, which helps your brain to feel more balanced. So these are both important for, you know, one for cravings and the other for if maybe you tend to, you know, feeling sad or if you tend to feeling stressed. The Mood Renew can help with that.
The gut, if your gut isn't healthy, I say this all the time, you're not healthy. start with the Gut Renew smoothie every morning. Take these supplements, and for 1 month, and then you come to me and you tell me how much better you feel, or not. If you don't, tell me the truth. I venture to say you're going to feel so much better. You're just going to, the day will just be easier. Now, I want to talk to you about CoQ10, ubiquinol. Ubiquinol means it absorbs faster. Why do you care? Well, don't you want it to happen faster? Don't you want it to get into your bloodstream right away? So ubiquinol. CoQ10. Okay, let's go back to the cells. Remember the cells? Here we are. Got a healthy membrane made of protein, fat, essential fatty acid, and carbohydrate. That's what this cell is. Now, there's an energy center in the middle of the cell. Very important, mitochondria, right? Okay, mitochondria works when you're young, and because we're making plenty of CoQ10 when we're young. CoQ10 is like a ripcord on an outboard motorboat that gets the mitochondria going. It's like revving it up. But as you get older, we deplete in our CoQ10, and then we eventually lose our ability to make any more CoQ10 because, so you have to understand the human body. Nature wants to get rid of us once we're no longer reproductive. That's biologically. But now science has extended our life extension. So incredible. We get to live. There are more and more people living well into their 90s now. And you're hearing more and more about people who are in their hundreds. And if I could stretch it out that long, I want to be here. I love my life. I love every day. I wake up so happy and blessed. And as long as you're alive, Alan.
I'll be around.
You'll be around. He'll be around. He's too nosy not to be around. But anyway, when you supplement CoQ10, that gets your energy, pulls that ripcord and gets your energy going. So when you see old people crossing the street who are shuffling along, like at the funeral yesterday, remember that person we saw, Alan, who was shuffling?
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs CoQ10. I was looking at him thinking, I wish I wouldn't sound like a know-it-all if I said this, but I wanted to say, you need some CoQ10 supplementation to get your energy back. It's all about energy, and old age is about loss of energy. And you want to keep your energy as long as you can keep your energy. That's your ubiquinol, which absorbs faster, CoQ10. Now, nasal renew. Alan really can't survive without nasal renew. He has watery eyes, red eyes. He's got, the nose thing. He's allergic to any chemical. He walks into a room, if somebody sprayed it with some kind of chemical spray, he goes like that. He can't handle it. And as soon as he starts like that, I go, Alan, did you? And then he goes, no. And I go, what? If I had what you had, the first thing I would do is take nasal renew. Here's what nasal renew does. As I say, if you're only going to take one supplement, take a probiotic, because our microbiome in our GI tract is so messed up from all the chemicalization and the stress of the world. And so a balanced microbiome is enough good guys, enough bad guys, okay? You want both. You need both. If you got more bad guys, you're not winning. If you got more good guys, you're not winning. You need a balance. That's the gut. But do you know we have the same thing in our nasal cavities going up to our eyes and to our brain? And if you don't have the right microbiome in your nasal cavities, that's when you're doing that stuff. When Alan takes the nasal renew, bam! Within 15 minutes, he's fine again. The red eyes are gone. I can't say this will happen for everyone, but this is what happens to Al. No more red eyes, and the nose thing calms down, and now he's normal. He's not sneezing anymore.
Well, Kat, hold it.
Yeah.
I just lost it here. Hang on.
What'd you lose?
I just lost.
Oh.
I just lost something that I wanted to. Oh, here it is. Kathy Cork Girl says, with a whole bunch of hearts, nasal renew saves me.
Yeah, I get it, Kathy.
When you got it, that's exactly
and tell
the
Alan,
way I feel.
Alan, tell them
me.
how you feel. Yeah.
Yeah, it saves me.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
I mean, it's amazing.
He's not mature enough to wake up in the morning and upon waking to take it. And if I had what he had, I would have it on my nightstand. I would lean over and just take it.
Well, I do have it on my nightstand.
But But you wait until I go.
Well, I like your
hear
involvement.
everything.
I like to hear you say,
Did you?
"Did you?" And you.
We've
No, I
been,
was talking to Jill in the office, and she was saying how many people she saves with nasal
nasal
renew.
renew.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's because it's quite, the pollen this summer is bad.
Bad. And for those people who carry the HLA gene, which Alan does, but it's usually pertinent to English, Irish, French, Spanish, but he's Eastern European and he carries the HLA gene. What is the HLA gene? If you ever do one of those tests, the HLA gene determines your allergies. If you're really allergic to all the stuff that he's allergic to, if you have an HLA gene, you're more so. Like, I don't get allergic to the stuff that he gets. I'm lucky that I don't have allergies. But anyway, upon waking, Al, upon waking, if I were him, I never use the word should, but if I were him, what I would do is I would just reach over in the dark on my nightstand and take it, because he waits for me to hear him. I don't know if you know this about me. I don't have perfect vision. I need these to read.
I do.
He does. He has perfect vision. Perfect. I can't read anything without these. That just happened this year. I'm taking our Ocular Renew and Saffron. I hope that's going to maybe reverse things if it can. But I have unbelievable hearing. I can hear if our cat jumps off a chair in the middle of the night when I'm sleeping 2 rooms away. I hear her jump. I hear everything. I hear, when I'm in a restaurant, I hear everybody's conversation. I hear everything. But I can focus on yours, but I'm hearing this over here. I think we women are hardwired for beginners anyway, because we're hardwired so that if we can hear the baby in the other room, but we know what's going on in this room. It's kind of a wonderful thing. It's a sense that we women have been given. But anyway, I hear him doing that before he hears it. And then I say, did you? Did you?
Yeah, and then in the tone of your voice,
it is very...
you're wagging a finger.
It is that. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Finger
I don't get to
wagging.
wag my finger at you very often because you're just so perfect.
But I like you to do that. I don't see. The thing is, I know you think I'm perfect. I'm not. Okay, I am not a perfect person, and so in order to demonstrate that, I like to do a little sniffing and snorting, so that you turn to me and say, "Did you?"
Because you like knowing I'm taking care of you.
That's right.
By the
The
way,
other thing is that today, if you order Nasal Renew to help support your seasonal allergies and to help, use that probiotic to balance out your nasal microbiome, you get a free omega-3 supplement
Yeah.
to help support healthy
This
heart
whole-
and a healthy
this
brain
whole thing
and
here.
a healthy inflammatory response.
yeah. By the way, Alan,
Yeah.
I love bringing you around my side of the family because I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I am.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'd like to bring you around to my side of the family, but they're not here.
They're not here, but
They're
when we
not
go
here.
up there, you can't even get into Canada now. Man,
I
they've
don't
been
know.
closed forever.
I don't know what they're doing up there. They
Wow.
keep shutting down and opening up and shutting down, and who knows? I don't know.
I don't
it's
either.
weird.
I know 2 of our good
Take
friends.
your immune support.
Yeah,
Take your immune support and get your, do what you can to support your own immune system. That's the best we can
it's
do.
so important. It's so important. One of the supplements, Caroline, I haven't talked to you about this. I probably shouldn't be doing it here, but that I want to integrate is thymus supplementation, because
Oh, yeah.
thymus is the keeper of the guard gate of the immune system. Now, oh, great. The immune system, here I go again, but the GI tract is the length of a tennis court, and around that, if you imagine it as a rope, and imagine around that rope, it's all covered with mucus. That mucus is your immune system. The thymus, the thyroid is here, and right below the thyroid is the thymus, and that's the keeper of the immune system gate, who talks to the immune system, telling the immune system, because it's a communication system, where to go and what to do. Now, if your gut, this is why Gut Renew smoothies are so great, if your gut is all screwed up with sludge and imbalanced microbiome and you haven't been taking probiotics and you've got a bunch of chemicals in your gut, those bad guys eat through that barrier wall with all that mucus around it, eat through it, causing leaks, leaky gut, and while they're causing the leaks, they have to eat through that barrier wall. Now they're eating through the mucus, degrading your immune system. So if you, Caroline will make this happen, because I know, I can feel her writing it down right now. We will soon have thymus supplementation. Feel much pressure, Caroline?
No pressure. Just put it in the cog. I
Yeah.
just put it in the machine.
Yeah, it's a
Sorry,
good,
Sam.
it's a good one to take. I take it every day.
So Francesca Bosco
Yeah.
said, I know what's going on, Al. I just will not say so here.
Oh, Francesca, what?
I don't know.
You can just tell Al, and he doesn't have to read it out loud.
I don't know.
Huh?
I just saw a coyote.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh,
We live in a canyon, and I'm
Yeah.
looking across the
Yeah.
canyon and down, like, below the people's houses where the hill is very steep. I see this. I was like, is that a dog down there? It's a coyote.
yeah. I haven't seen a
Right.
coyote up here in a long time, but we have them.
You
there.
haven't?
You know,
Yeah,
ever
I
since
haven't.
we started getting herds of
The
sheep,
The
the
coyotes,
coyotes
are.
don't come.
So what you need to do, Caroline, is get some bighorn sheep.
I need some bighorn sheep. I need pineapple balls in the hood.
Pineapple balls. Did I tell you what pineapple balls did?
No.
Well, the new house we bought, at the end of the promontory point at the house, you know, where that green lawn goes out to the end,
Right.
the prior owner left two sculptures. One was a donkey out of cement, a sculpture, and then a shepherd out of cement, and the sculpture.
and both of them are anchored
Yeah,
in the ground.
in the ground.
You can't move them.
Well, pineapple balls. For those of you who are not familiar with pineapple balls, we have bighorn sheep, and from behind, there's one guy who's pretty impressive. I called him pineapple balls because it looks like he's got two pineapples hanging between his legs. Pineapple balls, that's all that came to me. All right, so pineapple balls comes down the mountain, sees the cement donkey, and gets all excited. I swear to God, this is true. And Pineapple Balls decided, I'm going to have her. And he goes after Cement Donkey and kills it. He keeps trying and trying until finally Cement Donkey just fell over on the ground. And then Pineapple Balls was like, what was that? So I haven't removed the dead. I haven't removed the dead cement donkey yet because every time I walk out there, I laugh so hard at that you can imagine Pineapple Balls coming down the hill,
so
going,
funny.
"Hey, baby, wait till you meet me. I'm Pineapple Balls. I'm like the king of the
One
herd."
more wild animal story. I
Yeah.
was talking to my girlfriend Cammie. She's up in Lake Tahoe.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, I'm out on a hike. Can I call you when I get back? And so she calls me back and she said, oh my God, we had a bear in our
Oh.
condo.
Oh, in the condo.
And so, yes, and I was like, what? She goes, yeah, it took the salmon and the tri-tip, but otherwise it's fine.
In the condo?
Wait, what? You had a bear ransack your place? And she said, well, the people who were here before us had mentioned that there was a bear, and evidently once a bear targets your place for food, the bear will keep coming back. So she said we were warned to lock all the doors and windows, which we did, but evidently the people who were staying with them left the second story bathroom window open. And the bear climbed up the outside of the condo and got in through the bathroom window and went down and raided the salmon and the tri-tip.
Oh my.
That's terrifying.
And I know bears. I've met many bears. When I was a kid, our vacation, when you're from blue collar family, you camp, right? And so we would go to Yosemite, we'd go to Lake Tahoe, we would camp. And my father was a great camper, and we had a tent. And if you ever want to camp, come with me, because I know how to put up a tent. I can put it up in minutes. And we're all as a family in our sleeping bags on our air mattresses in the tent. And then all of a sudden you hear this sound and this pressure against the side of the tent, which is the bear stepping on the side of the tent because he knows that over there, outside in the campsite, is where my mother kept the pound cake and all the things she brought for the week for our camping vacation. And so we would. There's nothing you could do when the bear comes to get your pound cake and to get the chicken she made for dinner. They smell it, but they come back and back and back. I one night was camping with my parents in Blue Lakes with your husband, my son Bruce, and he wakes up in the middle of the night and he has to go to the bathroom. Now I don't know why, because I'm a young mother. I didn't say just pee outside here, Bruce, and stand with him. But no, I took him to the bathroom. The public bathroom there, which is like they look, the rustic. Well, guess what? There were 2 bears there when I took little Bruce, 5 years old, to go to the bathroom. And I don't know why it didn't scare me. It was just, I brought Bruce inside the bathroom and he peed. And I mean, how stupid to have a little boy pee in a toilet when he could pee outside. But again, young mother. But we walked past the bears almost like, hi, good night. Because I was so used to seeing bears that I forgot about it. They're not really interested in us. They're just interested in the food that we bring with us. That's what they want.
That's like,
But I
guys,
can't believe this bear went in Cammy's apartment.
guys who get out of taking a shower in the middle of their shower
Yeah.
to pee, and then they go
I don't
back in the
understand.
shower.
I don't understand
Neither
that.
do I.
No.
So we're rounding the horn here.
Really?
Yeah, it's 7 minutes to
Well,
6.
we talked about
8 minutes to
Senolytics.
6.
Here's
7
your
minutes to
interior
6.
broom to sweep away all the dead cellular debris. And anybody who's a thinking person goes, well, I don't want a bunch of debris in my body. No, it's not good. You don't want debris. That's called, you detoxify. Okay. All right. Then mood renew. We talked about that a lot. If you have bouts of depression and things, there's probably some signaling that happening from gut to brain. Then the nasal renew. Do I need to say more? I mean, if you're like that, like Al is in the morning, just take it. It rebalances the microbiome in your sinus cavities, just like a probiotic rebalances the microbiome in your GI tract. Essential fatty acids, omega-3. I just can't say enough about how important it is that you take omega-3. It's so important for your cellular health and your energy and your heart and your brain. It's so important. Okay. Dopa renew. You want this gut-brain connection to keep your serotonin levels in the right ranges, and so you could just feel good. And then there's CoQ10 energy. Remember the ripcord for your mitochondria in the middle of your cell. And then we didn't even talk about curcumin. We never talked about curcumin, and that is an anti-inflammatory. I remember interviewing in one of my books, I can't remember him, I think I might have interviewed him twice, this great doctor, he's no longer with us, Khalil Mahmood, he's from Pakistan. And he said to me, I'm from a third world country, but we have much less cancer than you do in your country. Why? Well, we nurse longer, we nurse our children 4 years longer, which protects the mother and the child from breast cancer later on in life. This is him saying this, I'm not saying this. And he said, but we also, here in Pakistan, we eat herbs and spices that is not part of the American diet. I said, like what? And he said, well, like turmeric. Well, what's turmeric? Turmeric is curcumin. Turmeric is an anti-inflammatory. He said, we cumin, turmeric, I can't think of all these incredible spices that you use in curries and things like that. So what is really the downfall of us today is inflammation. We used to look at, blood work as in one way. Now we're looking at blood work as how high is your inflammation? If you want to know, ask your doctor to give you the HS, small hs, highly sensitive, CRP, C-reactive protein. C-reactive protein will tell you exactly the amount of inflammation that you have in your body. You want it to be between 0.1 and 0.2. Oftentimes these highly sensitive CRP tests come back and your inflammation is at 13, 15. You're in trouble if you're at 13, 15. Anti-inflammatories are curcumin, and then cook with a lot of spices. Look up curry recipes and use those herbs and spices like this incredible doctor taught me from Pakistan. So that's our array tonight. But again, everything on the website is up for grabs tonight. For what's the deal?
Okay,
Tell them the deal, Al.
Okay, if anyone goes to the website,
Yeah.
SuzanneSummers.com,
Yeah.
and spends at least $29.99, they get a free gift of the omega-3 supplement, which is $29.99.
Yeah.
Now, somebody asked
That's
earlier, and I
this
lost
guy.
it,
Essential fatty acids.
whether they can, you're only restricted to doing that once. And the
Yes, it's one free gift.
Yeah. Come over here, Alan.
It's one free
Okay.
gift per household.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want you to come over and show them your beautiful face and say goodbye and sing them a little song, Al.
What song?
I don't know.
Like, so long for a while.
Oh, he's a horn.
About, don't you like my horn?
I do. I like
Yeah.
everything about you.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So, you know,
And not to be, but if you haven't read A New Way to Age, we sell it on our website, don't we, Caroline? If not, go to Amazon. Oh my God, this is a really good book.
and you can actually get, it's now $525 for this book. But it's worth it. It's worth it.
This is Al lying.
Okay.
He lies.
There's stuff in here that you're never going to see anywhere
He's
else.
lying again.
It's
And
such
actually-
a good book.
It is a good book.
This is the
It is a resource. You will make highlights and
Yeah.
this is the
post-it
paperback.
notes in it.
This is the paperback.
amazing.
She's
Okay.
right. It is an amazing book.
There's a really lovely picture of my wife on the back, as well as the
No,
front.
you know, by the time you've written as many books as I have, and this one kind of fell out of me. Sometimes they do, like one I'm writing right now. It's falling out of me. I don't even think I write them. I think there's something writing through me.
It's called automatic writing.
I think it is. I think
Yeah.
it is. So it's like the speech I gave at my 95-year-old cousin Betty's funeral yesterday. After my sister said everything that could have been said about her, after my brother said everything that could be said about her. You know, my sister and brother are like Bruce, Caroline's husband, my son. Bruce is such a good speaker. And I thought, what else? There's nothing else to say. And then I just asked God for the words. Give me the words. And you know what? They were there. Good night, everybody. I love you all so much. I'll see you on Monday.
Good night, guys. I
Good
love
night,
you.
Caroline. I love you too.
Good night.